That guy was having a good time at FLA 22. Can you imagine the time of his life that he's going to have at FLA 24 on Saturday, April 25th, 1 week away in the Hector Arena, Pictou, Nova Scotia, beautiful East Coast Canada. Guys, it is going to be an incredible event. If you do not have your tickets already, get them at fightleagueatlantic.com. If you're ordering the pay-per-view, you get it at fightleagueatlantic.com. And then watch the replay on UFC Fight Pass video on demand. It's an incredible event, as always. And this episode of FLA Exposure is brought to you by Keir McLeod, Vinyl, Windows, and Siding. Go check them out at kmvs.ca. Look, our guest today is fighting on the card. We are so happy to have him back. He is the former two-time FLA featherweight champion. He returns to the FLA cage for the 7th time, his 3rd as a professional. He's fighting out of Charlottetown, PEI, and represents Renzo Gracie, PEI, the great gym out there. This is Dylan General Sheppard.
How's it going, guys? It's good to be on the podcast again. It's Sunday afternoon, probably the only free time I got to do this, so this is awesome.
There you go, my man, and I appreciate it so much. We've had to unfortunately reschedule a few times, but perhaps it was a blessing in disguise, because my first question was going to be what's up and what's new and exciting. Of course, you now have a very late change of opponent. You now face the Black Panther, Braulio Hernandez out of Mexico. My man, a short notice fight. What are you thinking?
I think it's good. I think it lets me fight in a way that I was able to fight in my first couple matches where I didn't have as much to go off of. So I
Okay.
can I feel like it's a chance to put everything together even better and not have a huge game plan to rely on and everything like that. So I feel good this camp. So I feel like it's gonna work out in my favor.
Nice. And it's so funny you say that, because some people always have said that as well, that like, if I focus on that one opponent, I try and like my whole game plan becomes about that guy. But on the short notice fight, sometimes there is almost a little bit of a lesser pressure, because now you just focus on what your normal style is. I don't worry about this guy and I just go do my job.
Exactly. So I don't really have to remember something or just kind of maybe find a flow quicker into the fight and work out. So
It's good, my man. I'm very excited for you, man. Of course, back in the Hector Arena, that crowd is going to be absolutely insane for you. They're always out there supporting the Renzo Gracie fighters. But one of the interesting things is that this time you're the only Renzo Gracie PI fighter on the card. And so, whereas, a lot of times you have multiple fighters from a gym coming and, a bunch of you are training and trying to peak for that same event. In this case, you're the only guy. So tell me about how that is maybe changing things for you.
no, I think it's pretty cool. I carry a lot of weight on my shoulders for when my teammates fight, so I like having the solo spotlight. Because I also help my teammates look for a win. I help train them and help. I see them every day, kind of deal. I also like the fact we're going to see Morgan Rhines is at the gym too, is not at the gym, but from PEI as well. So he'll bring a crowd too. But I'm happy to know that there's a large amount of people going over to support me. So that'll be pretty cool in that sense.
Yeah, as they always do, man. The crowd is absolutely wild. And of course, you're speaking about Morgan the Rhino Rhinez, who's fighting on the card as well. Very, very exciting. Both of you fighting men from Mexico. You know, is there any added pressure that you have to defend home turf? We just saw the UFC last night with all the Canadians, and they're defending home soil, man. So is it add extra pressure to you, or is it just an added privilege?
Um, Not an added pressure. It may be a privilege. I would say more I'm defending the Atlantic provinces with this one for the FLA cage. I like I'm kind of defending the promotion in a sense because since I'm a signed fighter and everything, so I'd like to show up and get my results that I'd like to have. So yeah, I'd probably put it that way.
Yeah. Nice, man. Well, I know the crowd is going to be absolutely crazy for you. Look, one of the things I wanted to ask you about was that you told me that you had stepped onto the judo mats for the first time in several years. And in a couple of years, you said, tell me about that. How did that come about, and what did that do for your training?
Well, I once I started MMA, I helped in the kids classes and some of the adult classes for judo with Matt and the other coaches there, Simon and Tobias Hood. but I found judo on a Sunday. It was like the Sunday was like kind of the only break day I got from all of training, and doing judo, I find that to be the hardest one on the body of them all. Like yeah, I would leave a judo class and be closer to injury than any other class in MMA, hard sparring or anything. So uh, I went back because they needed some coaching staff this time around, so I was helping out with the kids and stuff. And
Mhm.
I, yeah, I went a few times, but I plan on going back after this camp, but I really want to play it safe during fight camp and doing judo. So it's a tough sport.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, man. And of course, you also made mention that you did a little bit of cross training. Of course, before I know that you've gone out with Cam before out to Top Team Niagara, right? And so trained with Mike Malott and all the people great out there. I'm sure Mike Malott owes a lot of his success to you, so that's fine. You don't need to say that out loud now. But you did do some cross training at H2O in Montreal, I believe.
Montreal, yeah, we ended up going. Me and Sean Phelan ended up at H2O for about a week there. My buddy lives in downtown near the Bell Center, so we were able to go and we drove there. We were able to go and train. We wanted to find a gym that we liked and who would have us. And H2O when came in first day, GSP in the room, so it was Sean was Sean was a little nervous to see him, but I told him to keep his cool, so he calmed down a little bit. But
Yeah.
no, it was everyone's there was super nice. The coach was great. So we had a great time fitting in there for the week, and I'd like to go back someday.
Absolutely crazy, man. That is so cool. And like every time I'm on this FLA Exposure podcast, we talk to people, and more fighters are going and doing that cross training, getting out there, getting more exposure. How important is that to you? And like, tell some of the people that maybe are too shy to do it. What are some of the benefits of it?
One of the benefits would be is I found it was a lot of pressure in previous years to go to other gyms and train and stuff, but I think after you do it a few times, it gets more natural, and you're just kind of there to get better for yourself, and you don't have to worry about other people, and it's not a competition.
Mhm.
Um, and then again, like I would say that if you're training with the same people every day, and it might feel like you're on the same level because you know exactly what kind of stuff they're going to be doing and what their style is. But when you go and train with someone that you've never gone with before, even if on paper they're not as good as you, it's gonna be different just because of the style matchup. So it's good to get different training partners in at all different skills and levels.
Yeah, that's a huge, excellent point, man. Because sometimes you can spar with people. I mean, I'm terrible, but I can be better than some people. And then you spar with someone who's really lousy or a beginner, and they catch you because they do something weird or awkward, and because you haven't seen it before, you just don't know how to react.
Yeah, exactly. Like you can only have so many different types of styles and things people will do in one room, right? So you got to
Yeah.
try to find others that'll do something different and push you in a different way.
That's awesome, man. No, I'm glad for you, and I'm happy, and I'm glad that you keep spreading that FLA knowledge out to people as well. Let them know about this incredible promotion. This is your first time on UFC Fight Pass, so you're going to be immortalized on UFC Fight Pass. Tell us about that. Is that adding some pride to this whole event for yourself? And like, what do your friends and family think that you're going to be on UFC Fight Pass?
No, that's pretty cool. Like it feels good. I was a little jealous when the guys got on it last time, so I'm glad I was able to get back in quick and be able to be on it this time. And uh yeah, it'll be good to be able to more easily show family and stuff after a fight happens that I can like I have Fight Pass, and every time I go somewhere and I download Fight Pass to show them fights and stuff. So it'll be
Nice.
cool to be on it, and yeah, be
It's
awesome.
It's pretty cool, man. Like, a young Dylan Sheppard, little did he know that in the future you'd be able to type in Dylan Sheppard into UFC Fight Pass and your fight would show up, right?
Yeah, that is pretty yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to be able to do.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, man. Congratulations, obviously, to Derek and John and all of Fight League Atlantic. I know he's messaging right now. He's saying that all fights eventually are going to be up there. That's the plan. So it's very exciting, man. So all
Yeah.
your championship fights and everything that you've done, hopefully one day we get to all see them there. But doesn't matter. It's this one that's the one that's most important to you. Right now, Braulio Hernandez, the Black Panther, might be watching this. He might be thinking, who is this guy that I'm fighting? What do you want to say to Braulio?
On the spot, what do I want to say? Thank you very much for taking the fight on 2 weeks' notice. Like, not a lot of people would do that for anybody, and thank you for stepping up and saving this fight. And because I know I'm on the latter half of the card, so I'm sure I is glad the fight got saved as well, and I'm appreciative in that sense. But job to do this weekend, next weekend. So other than that, thank you.
Good man. It's not as threatening as I thought you would be, but that's okay. It's good. You're a good guy, Dylan. Like, look, I know also that you do a lot of good work and you've got some good sponsors around you. I do want to shout out one of the ones that I thought was so funny was that you did get sponsored by Discover Kia. And of course, you've always made the joke that you're one of the only guys that drives a Kia Soul. But, tell me about the sponsors that you have leading into this fight.
No, I'm really, really receptive this time around. I was usually I have to. I'm a little nervous and going and ask all these people and looking for help and stuff. But this time around, it's a lot. A lot of people came to me and they were excited to support me. Discover Kia, I have a couple guys that work there, and the boss, the manager there, he goes to the FLA events. I did not know this prior. He was the new manager within the year, and he goes to the events, and he says he was at the last three, and he said he plans on he last talked to him. He said he planned on trying to get to this one, and said he's going to be there in June. So pretty cool. We were able to get that together just by, I think it was just one phone call, and he was on board. So it was pretty awesome.
That's incredible, man. That's amazing that that happened to you, man, because I know that you are a big proponent of the Kia brand. So I'm glad that they backed you up. And how's that car? Is it still running well? Everything's being taken care of?
Still,
It's good?
yeah, it still runs well.
It's
Yeah.
it's doing its thing, man. Well, I'm happy for
Yeah.
you, man. I'm happy for all the sponsors that you've got as well. Give a shout out. Any other sponsors, friends, or family that you want to shout out?
Yeah, like I have a list of sponsors in my Instagram bio. Like everybody that's on the is in my highlights that has supported me throughout this camp, and even amongst other camps, they're on there. So if anyone wants to check them out, they're in my Instagram highlights in my bio. Other than that, like a lot of them are family and friends. Like family comes up to me, they help me a lot. Uh, my my girlfriend helps me a lot. The little things like meal prep and everything. Like I'm working, I'm coaching, I'm training, and things that my mother and my girlfriend and even our roommate are able to do. They help me with the camp. So all of that's been great this time around.
Absolutely incredible, man. And of course, to find this man on Instagram, it's SHXPPARDD. That's your handle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
As a future UFC superstar, Dylan General Sheppard, I think you might have to change that to something that's a little bit more easier for me to say at least. Is that, in the future plans maybe?
Maybe. I changed it to Shepherd. I just wanted to keep it one thing, all E, and of course having an E in there is already taken, so I had to put an X in there to make up a character.
Yeah, yeah. Or you know what you could do? You could go find the guy with Shepherd with the E and then beat him up for the handle.
Yeah, pay him big money, yeah, or beat him or find him. That'd be
Or just
good.
Yeah, or just bully him into it, Dylan. That's
Yeah,
the way, my man.
yeah.
Look, my friend, thank you so much for doing this. I mean, we are less than a week away from the event. On Friday, we'll do the weigh-ins here live. So, guys, you're going to watch that, of course, live on all the Fight League Atlantic channels on the Instagram and on the YouTube. And then, of course, on Saturday night, if you do not have your tickets already, get them at fightleagueatlantic.com. Make the drive to Pictou. This is one of the best events for sure in the year. Dylan, it's always one of my favorites being in there in that Hector Arena. And this year we get to go there twice. So, it is a beautiful venue, a great time, a great town, a great city. And we're going to be there on Saturday for FLA 24, Saturday, April 25th. Dylan, thank you, my man. Any parting words before we go?
Can't wait to be there. I'll be in Pictou on Thursday. I'll be driving my car up there, the Kia Soul to Pictou, with a group of guys. And yeah, I can't wait. I've been waiting a while for this, and I'm happy to be back in there.
All right, my man. Thank you so much. Guys, we will see you at FLA 24. Dylan, it was a pleasure. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
See you guys.